Hi guys, welcome to Code Bashers. Today's question is minimum depth of a binary tree. In this question, we are given a binary tree and we have to find the minimum depth. And what is a minimum depth? A minimum depth is the number of nodes along the shortest path from the root node down to the nearest leaf node. And a leaf node is a node with no children. So for example, see, this is our binary tree and we have to find the minimum depth of the binary tree. And we have to find the number of nodes along the shortest path from the root node. This means that first we find all the path from root node to leaf node, and after finding all the path we will decide which one is the shortest. See, here one path is 3 and 9. Here only two nodes are coming. Another path is 3, 20 and 15. Here three nodes are coming, and another path is 3, 20 and 7. So these are the path from root node to leaf node. So we can see that out of these three paths, the smallest path is this one, that is 3 to 9. So this is so the answer will be 2 because there are two nodes 3 and 9. So this was the first example. Another example is 2 null, 3 null, 4 null and 5 and so on. So its visualization is something like this. See that all the that this binary tree is a skewed binary tree, that all the nodes are on the right side of the tree. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what will be its answer? So we can see that there is only one path. There is only one path from root node to leaf node, that is of 5 node. That is total of 5 nodes are there. So this is our answer will be 5. So this will be our answer for this kind of tree. The answer will be 5. So now let's see how we will be doing this question. Now this question can be done in two ways. One is the DFS approach and another is the BFS approach. In this video I will be talking about the DFS approach. So how we will be doing DFS approach? We know that using a DFS approach we have to use a recursive function to do it. So what we'll do, first let's write the base cases of this function. So it is that if root is equal to null, then we will return simply 0 from here, that there is no path from root to leaf. Now see, I will take a variable called final answer. It will be initialized with int max. Now I will pass this final answer in a recursive function by reference. That means during the course of that function our value of final answer can be updated, and later on, see, I am defining helper as my recursive function. I will pass the root from here. I will pass our final answer. It will be passed as reference, and I will pass another variable which will be equal to count. I will initialize the count with 0. Int count, it will initialize with 0. Now why this count has been taken? See, when we are at this node, when we are starting at this node, we know that there are total 3 paths. By looking at this tree we can see that there are total 3 paths which encounter from root to leaf. So now we have to find all the paths and later on find those paths which is minimum, that path which is minimum. So once I am at 3, our count is 0. Now when I will move to 9, our count will be incremented by 1. That is at 9, at 9th node our count will be 1. That is, it has already seen one node before it. And when I will move ahead of 9, that is I will move to null direction, that is at this direction, our count will be 2. How the count will be 2? At this, that is the null side of the 9th node, it has already seen the 2 nodes. It means that our count will be 2. So therefore count is the variable which will take the note of the nodes seen till now. At when we are 9, our count will be 3 because it has seen only one node till now. So this is the whole approach. And after the helper function is called, we will simply return our final answer. So now let's write the helper function. It will be void helper tree node star root int, it will be passed as reference, that is our final answer, and int count, which will store the number of nodes I have seen till now. So the return type of this function is void. So now let's write the base cases. If root is double equivalent to null, what will happen? We have to do nothing, just simply return. Now there is another base case. Another base case is that when we encounter a leaf node, see, when we encounter a leaf node, root left double equivalent to null and root right is also double equivalent to null. Now when we encountered a leaf node, then what will be our approach? See, when we encounter a leaf node, it means that we have found a path from root to that leaf node, and we just have to minimize that. We just have to minimize that path. See, suppose 9 is the leaf node here, and we are currently standing at 9. It means that the value in the count denotes that the number of nodes which are seen till now. So when we are at 9, the number of nodes seen till now, that is the count variable, will contain only value of 1, because it has seen only one node till now from root to that node. So what we'll do, we will update our final answer is equal to minimum of final answer till now, final answer, and count will be storing the number of nodes seen till now. That is, when we are at 9, the count will store only one value. So we will do count plus 1. Plus 1 we are doing because we have to take this leaf node also into account. So this was the criteria of count plus 1, and we'll simply return from here. This was our another base case. Now see, this was the case. See, when we started this question, we were at 3, and it consisted of both left side as well as right side subtrees. But suppose there is a case where only tree is present on the one side. Now suppose this is the case in which this is the tree we are having. See, going from 2 to left side does not mean anything. We will not get anything. It means that going to null side we have to avoid, because it will not give us any good answer. So what we will do, if our root left is not equal to null, if our roots left is not equal to null, that means that we can find a path which can lead us to minimum path to leaf nodes. If our roots left is not equal to null, then what we will do, we will call our helper, we will pass roots left, and we will increment count plus 1, because once we are going towards left, we have incremented the count with the current node. So what we will do, and we will pass our final answer. Similarly, the case will be with roots right. We have to go to roots right only if there exists some value. We do not have to go to roots right if there is null pointer. So it will be helper root right, sorry, here it will be final answer, yeah, here it will be final answer, and here it will be count plus 1. And here also it will be final answer and our count plus 1, sorry, 1. So, and after this call we will return from here. So this was the entire code. Now let's submit the code. So it is getting accepted. So guys, you can see that the code is getting accepted. I hope guys you like the video. Thank you.